Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for the 11th of December. Very much like the American market, we're looking at wave 1 here and 2 here, and also wave 1 here with a pullback for wave 2. This one here is kind of preferable in a way because it would give us that classic trading levels pattern with the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, then the ABC correction here. So yeah, it has already tested support here. It hasn't dropped back below that. With the S&P 500 too, the little move down through here is very clearly in 5 waves. It's not that clear here in this particular market, and we'll see that when we go in a little bit further. So let's do that. I have to say the metals are quite strong overnight as well. So this is our bullish count. So obviously there's going to be support on this section here, but also the market can pull back down into the 66 area for this as well. So we need to know, I can just see visually here that the 6700 here, if that obviously became the support, we're bullish at that point because that would be the 61.8% from that high to that low. So as I mentioned, in this market, it appears that we've got an ABC pattern down here. With the US market, it's more like 5 waves down through here for this. And also too, when we have a look at, let's just have a look at the metals for a moment. We've got iron ore here that has moved up over 5% here overnight. So it's hit 1,000. So we know that's number 1 is the strongest number in the market. So we would expect the market to, fluctuate and stall here for a while and create all sorts of patterns around this particular level. So, but we've been up 5% there. We're also seeing crude oil up around the 2% here for this. So, you know, this is really going to push BHP to the upside, and RIO, of course, and copper is also edging higher at nearly 1.7%. So we're seeing that strength come in from that from the resources. As expected, we've been looking at BHP pushing to the upside, and we'll just have a quick look at BHP as well. So with BHP here, I'm thinking that we could take profit up around the 45 area here for this. It was pointed out to me, and I need to double check this now, put a bit of a spanner in the works in terms of my count of 1 and 2 here and going up for wave 3, is that from this wave 2 low here, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. But if we move this wave 2 to this low here, which is also valid as well, then what would happen is we would need to move wave 4 over here and wave 3 over here and then wave 5 over here for this, because this would create 1 and 2 here, and then for the third wave it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave and fifth wave for the third here, back for the fourth over here, pulling quite close to the fourth over here and leaving the fifth here. So it's a valid count, and it's put a spanner in the works. So the other point here too is it's not such a bad idea. Let's just go to the 4-hour chart and pick that sort of new count up a little bit. It would look a bit like this here with 1 and 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3 and 4, and going up for wave 5 here. So if that's the case, if we count 5 waves up here, right, then in both cases we're going to end up with either we're going to end up with wave 5 here and we're going to have a top in play, or we're going to have a wave 1 here, copy that and pull that back for a wave 2 here. So either way, after 5 waves here, we're going to get a pullback into this space, right? So I'm thinking that we should really try to understand this trend here a little bit more. So I'm not sure if I went to the 1-hour chart. Okay, yeah. So this is kind of my we'll have a closer look at this still. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, clear, confident, all of that stuff. Wave 2, wave 1 and 2 is confident here. Wave 3 here, it's a little bit iffy in here. I mean, I'm happy with wave 3. I just don't know if I've got a top in here for wave 3 or over here for this. But either way, we'd still need to see this wave 5 up through here and a wave 4 and a wave 5 in this space. So it's not finished yet. So even though we have long trades in this, I think that we'll try and understand this a little bit better, and we'll look to take profit around the 45, and that could be adjusted as well. So I'll go to the tick chart now, and I'll just explain to you where I'm at with this at the moment. So let me just bring in a little bit more data here. So either wave 2 or wave 4 here, we need to resolve that now that it's been pointed out to me. So here from the low, we've got 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3, 4, 5. So I'm comfortable with that, right? And I'm also comfortable with this wave 1 and 2 here. It's done all the right things. So the thing here is we need to count this up through here. It's a bit like Swiss cheese, so all these holes in it, so it can make it a little bit difficult. But this counts as 1 and 2 here. So I was thinking 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for third wave, fourth wave. This is where it gets a little bit tricky, because I don't know if we've got 1 and 2 in here and 3 here and 4 here and 5 here for wave 5 of 3 over here. And we're going through wave 4 over here now. Or we've got wave 4 here and it's all tied in here in that gap there, and we've got wave 5 of 3 there. So I'll probably need to go to RIO and a few others to check that. But the main takeaway here is that we still need this wave 5, oops-a-daisy, and this wave 4 here. So we've still got a leg to go up here. So the thing is that in terms of trading this, we're at, well, 40, and then we've got 1, 2, and 3, which is group 1. So it's just coming into group 1 here. So we're likely to see some sort of vibration around here, move up above here, and then come back down, and then eventually move up into between 44, say 44 and 45. So I think that's where we can take some profit on this, because even if this up here, if this is either going to be, and I'll double check over this on the weekend, it's either going to be 5 or 1 over here for this. So in one way or another, we're going to have a sort of a top here as well in this. So, you know, we're having this as a long-term commodity cycle. I still think it could be the case, but now I need to double check it. So I think that it's good if we take profit here, and then, you know, if it drops from here and then the 45 once I see more of the wave structure here, I'll be able to figure out where we are, and I'll be able to get us pretty close. So yeah, I mean, either way, if it pulls back in 3 waves, and then we'll look to pull back in, we'll get a better price anyway. So basically we can't be lazy now. Now we have to work the trade. That's what I'm saying. But I will do some work, and I'll compare this to RIO. I mean, I still like RIO. We'll have a quick look at RIO. I still like RIO as I've got it here, as the 1 and the 2 here, the same as I had BHP. And we are seeing this move off really strong here in this case, because if I put, you know, if I line BHP up with RIO, then I'd have to put wave 4 over here for this, right? And then this, if this is wave 4 here, then it overlaps wave 1 here. So then it doesn't work for me. And then I'm also seeing this take off in like third wave price action as well. So yeah, I'm kind of I'm happy with my original count for BHP and RIO, but because somebody's mentioned that, I need to mention it to you, and that means we're all on the same page, and I need to do more work, and so on and so on and so on. So yeah, but we'll see RIO up at 120 today because of the iron ore thingy. Yeah, anyway, a long story short, the metals are strong, and we could probably just see this move up from here, and that would be great. As mentioned before, I'm having a lot of difficulty in counting this. I mean, this move here, for instance, I can't get 5 waves out of this. I can only get 3 waves out of it. So that's a problem for me. This looks like 5 waves, but I'm counting it as I had to also look at it as 3, and especially confirm that when that top was taken out here. So this is a complete mess to me. I can see the RSI, I like using stochastics with Elliott Wave because it really really pulls in the tops and bottoms, but I don't particularly use it. But you can see that Thursday bearish, Friday bullish. If Friday's bullish, then Monday's going to be bullish as well. That's not really in line with the S&P, but we don't have to do the same things as them all the time. So we need to understand this little move here. So let's just go in and check on that here. So yesterday we were talking about this here. So we could get 5 waves out of this, but first of all we need to put the A wave here, the B wave here, and yeah, I'm not quite sure about that there. But at the same time, we could also look, I've got to be realistic here, we could look at this as 1 here and 2 here and coming down for 3 here and 4 over here and 5 here. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. This is the 61.8%, so we don't want it going, if this is going to be 1 here and an ABC for wave 2 here, we don't want it going any lower than that 6.6 there. So any lower than that, and you know that we've got a problem. Okay, so that's the line in the sand for that. And let's check out the 15-minute chart here where we were yesterday. So yesterday, just go back over a few things. We had a few longs in here and yada yada yada, and I realized that this is not going to be a wave 4 pullback here. We're going to be going deeper, so we had to put the stop in play, and then we also looked at taking profit in this box here. So I hope that that played out nicely for you there in that case. So we're not going to use that wave 4. I'll just put that out of the way. So we're expecting a move up into the box and then down. So we're sort of on the right track with this. I can see that that's 5 waves. I can see that's a correction. I could look at this as 1 and 2, and this chucks a little bit of a spanner in the works here for me. Looks like a wave 4 and a wave 5 here for this. So I'm kind of happy. That looks like an impulsive wave. That looks like a corrective wave, so long as that stays in play here. We could quite easily get a move up here today because of the iron ore and so on, and then fade down with the S&P 500. So just be careful about that. This 67 here, that, as I mentioned before, that looked quite good for the 50-60% retracement level, so that's good there. So unless we get above that 67 and sit on that level, then we can still be in bearish mode. So we could also just, like I just mentioned then, push up to that point and then drop again from that point. But with the S&P, I can get 5 waves down here, and then we're going into an ABC rally. Let me just pull that up and check on that. So that will give us a bit of a guide stick as well. Let me find it. I'm just going to go to the 15-minute chart, or maybe even the tick chart. Okay, so I mean, obviously I've been going to town on this with a bit of drawing and so on, but what the takeaway here is that forget all the complications, just follow the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4 and the 5 here. So then I was looking for the A wave, the B wave, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 coming up to here. So that would be in line with the iron ore opening higher and so on. And then trading down from that day. So this can count down as 5 waves, as an A wave or wave 1, a B wave, and wave 3 or wave C over here for this. So we're expecting a bit of a rally here, and then down again. In this case, we can't turn bullish unless we got 3,700 as the support. So knowing these two things could be quite helpful. We're looking to go short on this using over here, this little picture here, the arrival, the reaction, the first low below the level, and then retesting that there. So this will just be this one over here, just to make sure that it's been tested. This line here has been tested before you short it. But of course, you can also short it from the B wave here as well. But understanding this particular picture here will help you with the ASX, just in case the ASX flies off to the opening and then later on settles back into the same pathway as the S&P 500. I want to have a look at our banks. So I want to have a look at New Zealand, ANZ first. So with this particular, this is ANZ on the 100 ticks. So we really wanted this market to get above the 23.50 in this case to show us a bit of strength in this. Otherwise, this market can be down here for an A wave here, a B wave up here, and the C wave down here. The CommBank's looking much better. It's just that I can't count 5 waves in this sequence here. You know, I could do in terms of, say, wave 1 here and some sort of A, B, C for wave 2 here, and then I can count 5 waves in this sequence here. So it counts better as an A and a B and a C, I know that. But we could look at it as 1 and 2 here and 3 here, and then look at all of this as wave 4 here, and then see wave 5 move up here. So that's possible. But any further movement down here, well, technically any movement under this move here, and that's in bearish mode. So we'll end up down at 2200 for that in this wave C here of wave 4 that we were looking at before here. So we'll see if Friday produces, and let's check out CBA, because CBA, I'm only guessing here, is 8 or 9% or so, something of the index. So it's carries a bit more weight. I mean, this looks bullish to me. I mean, we counted down here as 3 waves down here, but it doesn't really matter with a wave 4. If it was a wave 2 and we had 3 waves down here, then we know that would be going higher at that point. But with a wave 4, we can have a wave 4 with what they call a sort of well, in the flat families. We'll just might as well go over this because the market comes up. It can have 3 waves down here in part of the flat family. There's 3 corrections in that. So the other one is we get the B wave here I can't draw on that side of the tick chart, so I have to do it over here, but it's worth understanding. So the market comes up, has 3 waves to the downside here, then it can have, this is just a regular flat, have 3 waves here, and then 5 waves here for this, and then take off from that. So it's still an A and a B and a C wave. The other one is an expanded flat where the market comes up. We have 3 waves to the downside, and we have 3 waves to the upside here, taking out that top here like it has done here, and then we can have 5 waves down here for this, taking out the low here and trapping everybody. So taking this low out, trapping everybody, and then moving to the upside. So this is an expanded flat, and this is a regular flat, or just a flat because it's flat because it pretty much goes into here and doesn't take out the low here. It just sits in that flat sort of area there. And the other one is a running flat. So the running flat is, oh, look at that too. So it's not, we don't see it very often, which is an ABC pattern here, and then an ABC pattern up here, and then 5 waves coming down here like this, and then moving up. So it's kind of more in tune with the trend line at that point, a very powerful move to the upside. So we don't normally see that very often, but that's the flat family there. So this is looking quite bullish here because it's taking out the top. We could view that as 1 and 2. I'd have to view all this as 1 and 2 here, and then all of this is the 3rd wave here. And then we would look at this here as that 3rd and 4th is not in play yet, and then we'd still need the 5th wave over here for that as well to make the 3rd wave, and then the 4th wave over here for that. So we'll see how this plays out here. So I can't draw on this side of the tick chart, but in a nutshell, 1 and 2 here and 3 here, and coming back for 4 here, and then moving off into 5 here for 3, 4 and 5 here for that. So yeah, still looking quite good here for this market. Alrighty, cheers.